What are the other skills required by a student beyond academics to pursue project management?
Yeah, good question. I think a part of this we discussed during my earlier questions that as I said, project management in India or even abroad is not taken as a separate academic topic. We don't have, we have engineering for mechanicals, civil, or we have medicals. They are stream, but I don't think there is a project management as an endpoint or an individual stream. So there are certifications available for project management, and as I said, project management cannot be taught as a beginner level because you need to go through certain experience. Now, apart from these skills, as I said, one of the important skill for you will be you need to be an effective listener and you need to be an effective communicator. I think listening is taken as part of communication itself, so I will put you as communication. Many times I have seen that failure starts because of non-communications. Okay? The information is sometimes used as a power, or people feel that I know this part, so I am something different and I don't want to part with this information. There are a lot of mistakes or a lot of things went wrong because information or communication was failed. I want to give this example or relate this to somewhere, when we had 26 by 11 in Mumbai. I think when I look at this as an incident, I really get surprised at how just 10 people, with few machineries were able to manage for 2 to 3 days with so much of a force and weaponry and technology available with us. And I think one of the point which led to this prolonged day was, I think, communication failure. Maybe I think this was highlighted in the different meetings later on, but there were different people involved: state police, the intelligence people, the army, and I think these people were acting differently, and maybe they were not able to pass on the correct message to everyone, or they were not acting as a group, and I think that is what led to this kind of a prolonged delay, and it caused more damage. As per me, I think with a better communication in place, things could have been controlled much faster or much earlier, and loss could have been minimized. But of course, these are afterthoughts. The actual people who face this may have better knowledge of this, but I just wanted to, these are my afterthought, that communication could have been a better role play in those kind of issues. Apart from communication, another important aspect which I was mentioning earlier is a person needs to have a methodical approach or a planned approach, and that starts from the beginning. As I was giving examples of real life so that you are able to relate it to better, because it's not that always you will get an opportunity immediately into getting into a project. So methodical is whichever you are doing in your day-to-day life. Is maybe a small example of how you manage your pocket money today. Okay? If you take a pocket money, how you control it, are you keeping track of your expenses, are you able to see that where my expenses, which part of the expense is going into which area. So these are very, very small things which may be very relevant to you. Or even if you do, maybe you have exam leave, prep leave, and you decide to spend, how you spend 1 month of that leave so that you are well prepared. I think this also is a project. And if you are methodical, you will try to put things in perspective. You will like to make a list, a plan, a schedule, either in a notebook or in an Excel. You will plan for which course can be studied at what time. That means basically you are setting a timetable. Now this is what is a methodical approach a person can have. Now this different approach definitely helps you when you try to get into bigger project management, because then you are maybe you are imbibed that kind of a method that anything you want to do, you are trying to put them in Excel, trying to put schedules, trying to make a list. This approach helps you in your future project management, because when you go in bigger project management, the scope is very huge and you may not be able to remember each and everything. So noting down in a methodical fashion these aspects and reviewing them on a regular basis, taking a corrective action based on review, how to correct if something is going wrong, if something is going slow. So I think that methodical approach is another skill which is very, very important, and that needs to be built up from the young age itself. It's not that only when you become a project manager you start developing these skills. So methodical approach, communication skills, motivation, team player, I think these are very, very important aspects, because when you deal with people, you may be thinking that when you deal with even your own family members, there are differences sometimes on a simple issue of which movie to go for, which place you want to go for picnic, which hotel you want to have a evening dinner, and I think finally we try to come out with some consensus. So if you want to get along with the people, you have to get into a consensus mode, kind of a collaboration mode. It's not that you will always try to put your words or your opinions as the final one. You have to go with people, so you need to understand their concerns and also respect their feelings and their thoughts, their suggestions, and take along the people. I think then only the project can be successful. So these are some of the skills which I mentioned are very, very important other than your academics to have a successful project.